we have a lot of stuff that changed in the game. A lot. So just to kind of recap some of that stuff here, I'm going to do that, then transition into the equipment guide for you guys. You can now actually auto-select your teams. You can auto-select based on tags. You can also save a preset team and load it at any point overall with the equips, the deck name, everything you want. You can also auto-select your characters in adventures. When you complete adventures, all of them are streamlined in one area. You see the results in one screen as opposed to multiple, showing all of the different screens back to back. You see it all at one time. You can also auto-select teams for Ultimate Space-Time Rush, or Ultra Space-Time Rush, excuse me, things like that. So there's a lot going on here, and it's a very good quality of life update. There are several other UI changes, so you can see, obviously, they've changed the layout of this. They've changed the layout to the summon area, and a lot of stuff like that overall. Forgive me for that glitch there. So just a lot really did get changed. And if you'd like more information on that, just go ahead and click into the news. And in fact, I'll leave a post to it down below. You guys can just click on that and read up on it. So the next thing I want to talk about is the equip stuff, because I have a lot to talk about, and we'll also talk about some best practices now for upgrading equips to higher rarities, because now more than ever, you can actually force equips to be even Z ranks. This is the first time we have had control of what equipment's rank is ever, really, because even though you could get Zs prior, the odds were incredibly low and you couldn't do anything about bad rolls on specific slots of equips, right? So the first thing I want to mention is, if you have not seen my initial video talking about equipment, there's a lot of really good information in that video that I would like for you to check out. I'll leave it down below, and then we're just going to kind of use that as a baseline for this video and kind of expand on that. So the first thing I want to mention is they've changed the layout of this. The sell buttons up here, Equipment Awakening is at the top, Archive, all of that stuff. It's totally different. You can also obviously still sort equips however you would like to, right? This is still a thing. There's more options in here nonetheless, though. You can even search for equip names if you'd like to do that too. But the first thing is I want to kind of mention is we now have the ability to remove a slot and effectively, quote-unquote, re-roll a slot, right? So let's go ahead and use this equip as an example. Slot 1 is 17%, slot 2 is 13%, slot 3 is 10%. That slot 3 is green, but that doesn't matter. That's good enough to be enough for a Z here. It's probably on the fringe of being an S, but it's good enough to be a Z equip for this. For the record, this method that I'm going to explain is tried and true. Previous to this video, previous to this update, previous to today, only had this equip, this equip, this equip, and this equip as Z. So yes, that means this. These are all new today using this method that I'm going to explain here. So before we get into it, the first thing I want to kind of explain to you guys is the Platinum Coin. So the Platinum Coin is a new coin in the game. It is exchangeable, of course, and it's important, though, because it is a coin that allows you to pick up the Eraser slot remover item. Now, in order to get it currently, at the time of the recording, the only way is to go through the Great Saiyaman Legends Road event, and in that event, you can exchange for it for gold coins. You do need, I think, 3,000 for one platinum coin, and one platinum coin can get you various items, including but not limited to 3 slot remover items. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to that, and we'll be right back. And here is a look at the current platinum coin shop. So for 1 medal, which you can get right now, you are able to exchange for any of these things. So if you exchange for the first one, you get 3 slot removers. You get 1 gold bell. For the second one, the gold bell is actually really good because it's an item you can use to pretty much max level a character from 1 to 3,000 just by, obviously going through that. It's the same amount of time as the silver bells and stuff like that. Other than that, though, we do have some more stuff down here that you guys should be very familiar with at this point. 30 silver bells, 3 10 energy tickets, 1 guaranteed sparking ticket for Master Pack 1. Please don't use it on the tickets. They're probably the lowest value thing in here. Unless you really, really want to get a specific sparking from Master Pack 1, I just wouldn't go for it. And Master Pack 2 is pretty decent, but I still honestly wouldn't go for it because those are available all the time in like Legends Road shops and stuff. 10 million Zenny. It's very easy to get 10 million Zenny at this point, so I don't think you need that. Yeah, top value stuff would be anything pretty much energy ticket and above, I'd say. So, yeah. Okay, so now that you've seen the exchange shop, let's actually get into some upgrading here. So, again, if you didn't see the previous video, there's some good info there, so please check it out. But the first thing I want to mention is explaining slots. So this one starts off with a gold slot 1, and it is a C rank equip. The max for this slot, I think, is 15%. This one's pretty close to max at 14.65% slot 1 boost. So our worst ranked one is 13.5%. and it's still a gold C rank. So that shows you a little bit of the criteria here. 13.5 and up is gold for this equip specifically. Do keep in mind, every equip is different. Every equip slot 1, 2, or 3 has different weights on them. Some of them have really, really bad weight, and it makes it really, really hard to get a specific slot good because they just literally made the rates on that slot of the equip for that equip specifically very bad. There's a lot of different criteria like that, and again, every equipment item is different, so you'll have to experiment. But do something, and this is very important. Sort your box by rank. Go here, sort by rank, because what it'll do is as you upgrade equips, it'll show you your best cumulative one. So right here, this is my best cumulative equip right here at the B rank, right? So 14.6 and then 8.5. It's better than this one, even though the slot 2 is just a little bit better on this one, right? Cumulatively, it's better. And again, my top ranked C is 14.6 versus this one being 13.5. Now, here's another thing. Do not ignore slot 1 greens still, because my best slot 1 rank green is 13.4. So if you're paying attention, that's a 0.10 difference between being a green slot 1 for D rank or being a gold slot 1 C rank at 13.5. That's a 0.10% difference. That means this equip has just as much of a chance to be a Z or a good equip as the other ones. It's that good. It's literally basically a gold equip, but it's 0.10% off. That's very important. Sort your box by rank so you can see those types of equips more readily. Do not ignore them. I will say that more importantly now, though, it is important to make sure you start off with a high slot 1 boost. Previously, it didn't matter as much. You could take something like, I don't know, like 11% like this one, and then get slot 2 and 3 gold, and you'd be fine. But if you're, and that'll get you an S on this equip, actually. If you got slot 2 and 3 gold, that would be an S on this equip. But if you were trying to get a Z, you would be unable to do it with this method because you can only reroll slots 2 and 3. So your slot 1 needs to be good. You cannot reroll slots 2 and 3. So let's actually get into an example of quote-unquote equipment rerolling. So we're going to start off with my best rank C equip here and see what happens for slot 2. 9% is not good enough to be a Z rank if you want that, considering the maximum is 12%. Now, it actually 9%, if I'm being honest, is good enough if you get a slot 3 5% or like 4.6 or something like that. Again, equips are very weird like that. But say I want to try to get a gold slot 1 boost for this equip, I can actually come to the remover, come here, and do that. Now, you have 2 different avenues to go. The first one is using chrono crystals. This does go up each one you use, so it's 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, and I think that's about where it stays. And then after that, you can just kind of, if you want to do the chrono crystal method, it resets daily. It doesn't stay at 100% or like 100 or whatever. So you can get to like, you can just use the 10, call it a day, come back tomorrow, try it again, call it a day. Again, I think it's, even if you're free or not, you can spare 10 chronos. Maybe you don't have to do a daily one day, something like that. If you're dedicated, it's an option. But if you don't want to use any chronos because obviously you're trying to save and that's 100% fair, you can also use the remover item, right? So the remover item is available from the Platinum shop. Like explained previously, you can go ahead and get that there. And it costs that and some Zenny to be able to do it too. And again, the costs and everything do reset the next day. So for this video, I will be using chrono crystals. It wipes out that slot 2, and it reverted the equip back to what it was previously. So I can now roll it again and see if I get better RNG on this one. That's actually worse. That is possible. It is very possible you could actually get a worse slot. So we're going to do it again. It is now costing 20. And I actually really would like to get a Z for this anyway, so this is fine. This is perfectly fine. Oh, see? That's a little bit of what I'm talking about. This is good enough. A slot 2 at 11%. Pushed it to A rank slot 2. So this equip is primed for being at least an S. I think if it gets like 2.5%, it's S easy. But if it's like 4%, it's a Z. So this one is actually a really good opportunity. So let's go ahead and upgrade that slot 3 and see how it winds up. And I was going to say, a lot of times, and these are the best equips in the game to do this method with, the re-rolling of the equips, are the ones that go like slot 2 A rank, but stay A rank after the slot 3 upgrade because they get a practically minimum boost. This is 1.10%. The slot 3 minimum boost is 1%. That was a minimum boost, literally. So it's nowhere near good enough, right? Like I said, somewhere in like 2% plus would have been good enough, but that's not. So let's, oh, okay, I accidentally got rid of it. Let's do it again because that one is really in a good position to be a good equip overall. It's literally primed for it, and I want to try it one more time. Maybe honestly like a couple times. I have a couple of equips that are like that, so I might have a Z of this like by tomorrow, to be honest, by doing this method, right? So let's do it again. See if maybe we can get a better roll here for slot 3. I want a Z. Let's see. Oh! When I saw that was 4.9, I was like, oh, this is definitely a Z. That's why I took that huge gasp. Yeah, when I saw it was 4.9, I said, oh, yeah, this is a Z, because that's practically a maximum boost. This guide could not have gone any better because you saw the full spectrum. You saw it getting worse, it getting better, it being a minimum boost, it being the ultimate shaft of being slot 2A, slot 3A afterwards, and then it going to a Z rank. So use this method for sure. And again, please don't just think that this is something that you have to use crystals for. Obviously, in the future, it'll be easier to do this as a quote-unquote free-to-play player. But if you want to try your luck, you can definitely do so and go from there. So we finally have a clear-cut method to getting a Z-rank equip in the game for the first time in over a year. This is a huge thing. You're going to see a lot more S and Z rank equips in PvP probably, so you probably should want to, get to upgrading yours overall. And again, there are going to be a lot of good A equips that people have you can upgrade your box with. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.